Joe, it's been 17 years since horse racing had a Triple Crown winner, and American Pharoah joined an elite group this past weekend at the Belmont Stakes. Jerry Schwartzman will join us to bathe in the glory of his prediction coming true.
And the Stanley Cup Finals are tied at 2 games apiece, with Game 5 scheduled for today in Tampa Bay. Pete Torgerson joins us to give us the lowdown.
Very good. In our Did You Hear About segment, we've got stories about an NBC television executive who thinks the NHL players shouldn't grow their playoff beards, and a pitcher whose stuff is so unhittable, he's on the verge of a major league record for swings and misses.
And the Cleveland Indians bullpen is holding a milestone home run ball for hostage for iPod devices and a 50-gallon drum of lube. Best hour of your sports week is coming up on Glory Days right now.
InReview.com.
Hello again, everybody. Today is Saturday, June 13th, 2015, and you are watching the Glory Days show with Bruce and Disco. My name is Paul Discofani, and this is my good friend Bruce. Bonnie Schultz is flying solo behind the glass today, and you are joining us on the InReview TV network, broadcasting live from Studio C in the great state of New York. Good morning.
How are you today?
All right, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Have people been calling you Caitlin all week?
I've been trying to just ignore those people, okay? You know?
Well, it's been an interesting week for sex change operations, I guess. I don't know. It's still in the news. People are still talking about it.
Yeah. I guess I saw that he's getting some kind of ESPY award or something.
Yes, why would he be getting an ESPY award?
I know. And you know, there was an editorial in today's Post that were talking about the fact that, you know, why not give it to somebody that really deserves it? I'm trying to think of the guy's name on the Cincinnati Bengals, whose, you know, young daughter had and I tell you, that's a pretty good story. Actually, he is getting an award for that. I think it's the Jim Valvano Award, because they give it to a cancer survivor or something.
Yes.
But Bruce Jenner, all of a sudden, he's getting
it's some sort of a courage award.
Yeah.
I don't know if that actually took courage. He didn't really go through with the
Well, you know what? It didn't take
that
balls.
Takes courage. Yeah,
bada boom.
Yes, so. Okay. Bada boom. Let's move on.
Yeah.
I went to go see the Jurassic Park movie.
You know,
Jurassic World. Sorry.
That is on my list of things that I definitely need to do. You know, I remember being so excited when the first movie came out, and it's such a great book, you know? And this looks like it's got some good effects there.
I gotta tell you, it was great.
Yeah.
It was a good movie, it was a good story, and I went the whole boat.
Yeah.
IMAX 3D.
Okay.
And we sat in like the 4th or 5th row.
Did you bring anything to eat?
Yes.
What'd you bring?
I brought popcorn.
Okay, all right. Okay, move on. All right.
But it was a really good movie. It was a good Jurassic Park movie. It was scary. It was the special effects were fantastic.
And it's a pretty long movie, right? It's
about 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay, I guess that's a.
But it was almost 45 minutes of commercials and previews before the movie actually started.
Oh, really? Wow. Huh. All right, and I guess that wasn't in that place you said where they made the luxury seats or whatever?
No, it was a nice theater though.
Okay.
It was IMAX, so it was a nice IMAX experience. So
well,
it's a good movie. It's definitely a movie theater movie. So
I'm going to check that out.
It was a good movie.
Yep. Today is my daughter's 25th birthday.
Happy birthday to Pam.
Here we go. Yeah, if she's not watching the show, though. I think she's at Pilates right now is where she might be.
But she watches it on the replay.
Of course. Actually, you know...
Happy birthday, Pam.
I went to that wedding last week. My wife's niece, Kira, got married to Judy. It was out in Greenport. I tell you, it was one of the best times I had at a wedding in, probably since my wedding, maybe or something like that. I really had a great time. I'm not a very good dancer, but I don't know if I'm quite in that Elaine category, but I'm an energetic dancer for sure. And I would say that some of my nephews kind of said, "Mr. Uncle Bruce is pretty cool, man. I can dance like that too." So everybody's kind of dancing out that way, I was doing some table drumming. And my brother-in-law George got involved. We were doing some nice work on the bottles and glasses and things like that, enough to attract the DJ to come over and actually put the microphone under the table so everybody could hear. And it went on a little too long, and I think it's because as more people started realizing what was going on, we got a bigger crowd. So I had to go for about 3 minutes, And I'm doing the thing. I throw the spoon up in the air. I caught it like Keith threw it up, and I did it twice or whatever, But at the end of the day, my daughter had to go to the DJ and say, "Please don't encourage him anymore."
She's so proud of you.
Oh, exactly. So happy birthday, honey.
So what are you doing for her birthday? You're going to entertain her friends at a birthday party?
No comment. No comment.
So it was a great week. We had a Triple Crown winner.
Yeah.
Which was really very cool.
It was a no-hitter thrown. Unfortunately, it was
against the Mets.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that are going on. We got the Stanley Cup going on. We got
balls being held hostage.
Being held. So that's my favorite story. I can't wait to get to that.
Okay.
But and the thing that we haven't even touched or talked about is the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
That's also 2 games apiece.
And there's a little controversy going on with that. I was just trying to be a little topical this morning. So I think on Thursday night there was a scene. I guess it was during a timeout where LeBron James is standing over on the side and he kind of lifts his jersey up and pulls down his pants, and supposedly his penis was exposed for a couple of seconds there. Or
really?
Whatever. Yeah.
What was he packing?
Well, it happened so fast. I watched it about 5 times. I didn't see it. But there's a brouhaha about this thing or whatever. They're trying to play it down.
But aren't they wearing I guess they don't wear cups.
I don't know. Again, I really wasn't all that interested in finding out what the situation was.
Well, you brought it up.
Well, I did. So let's move on. Okay.
Let's move on. How are we doing on time? Any idea?
Okay. Good. So the Mets.
The Metsies.
They lose 2 out of 3 to the Giants. Thank God they came back. They won the 3rd game. And now they're playing the Braves, which is nice. They're a member of the NL East.
Yes.
And the Mets are just beating up on everybody in the East. I mean,
they're
22 and 11.
Right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Bartolo Colon pitched last night. He's a 9-game winner, tops in the major leagues, or tied for tops in the major leagues. A lot of good things going on with the Mets. And then, of course, we still have this whole thing about, well, it's not a 6-man rotation, I guess. It's a spot start,
And the spot start makes it a 6-man rotation.
Exactly. Like maybe it's not going to happen every rotation. I guess maybe they'll maybe delay it maybe once or twice in the iteration. I guess I don't know.
So if you're the guy who has tickets to Sunday's game, okay, Sunday should have been Noah Syndergaard,
and then you're going to see Dylan
instead
G.
you're going to see Dylan G. How disappointed are you?
I don't think I ever get, you get tickets so much in advance that I don't think you know who's. I mean, Syndergaard wasn't even with the team at the beginning of the season, so I wouldn't get all upset. You want to see a ball game, is what
By the way,
this
homestand that the Mets have this week, do you know all the tickets are 66% off?
Why is that?
Because in the previous road trip,
they
struck out 66 guys.
I see. 66% off. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
That's pretty good.
So you're going to a Met game for 37 cents.
Wow. Well, 37 cents on a dollar. Yeah, okay. But but this whole spot rotation thing, it's kind of interesting. Terry Collins was on. He was interviewed yesterday, I guess, before the game and things like that, and he had an interesting quote. Because he doesn't like, I guess, the way the media is make it.
Well, everybody keeps asking because he said we're going to 6-man rotation. We're going to do it through August.
Yeah.
Then Dylan G pitched once.
Yep.
And he said, well, we're going back to a 5-man rotation.
But he's pitching again Sunday.
And then he went on bereavement leave for 3 days, Dylan G, because his grandmother died.
Oh, I see.
So
I thought it's because his career was over. I don't know. Career with the Mets, I should say, is over, you know.
No, and then all of a sudden I saw in the paper that G was starting on Sunday.
I see. Yeah, I mean, the great quote was Collins during his press conference. You guys, and he's talking to the media, created this monster that I couldn't control, and this is about control. Here's the best part of the quote. I didn't fall off the pumpkin truck, you know.
Who falls off a pumpkin truck?
This, you know?
I was just wondering.
Yeah, I don't know, you know.
I've never.
When did he grow up?
I can't even
When
remember.
did he grow up?
He must have grown up on a pumpkin farm. That's the only thing I could think of.
Right. With Jack-o'-lantern. I don't know.
All righty. What do you say we go to a quick break?
That's good. That's a good idea.
All right. We're just getting started here on the Glory Day Show. We're going to take a short break. And when we get back, we'll talk about American Pharoah and his run for the horse racing's Triple Crown with our good buddy and continually smiling Jerry Schwartzman.
Why not? He has a right to.
Stay with us. You're watching the Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco, only on the InRadio TV network. We're coming right back.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit hansoncarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered. The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRadio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco here on the InRadio TV network. Last week we were discussing the possibility of a Jerry Drinks.
Yes, we were.
Involving our first guest as his horse racing prognostication skills. I thought I was going to get tripped up on that one. Have come under fire. But instead of folding his tent and turning tail, he stepped up to the plate and delivered as American Pharoah went wire to wire in the Belmont Stakes, despite what Stanley Stone said. To become the first Triple Crown winner since affirmed way back in the spring of 1978. Usually a Triple Crown winner will immediately retire and head out to life of a, well, studly leisure, if you will, but not our next guest. Please welcome back the program, a man who claims he knows a lot about breeding and intercourse, Jerry Schwartzman. Jerry, are you there?
Good morning, Disco. Good morning, Mr. B. You bet I'm here.
So you didn't go out to stud immediately after the Triple Crown?
No. Hey, you know, we know about breeding. We know about stud work, us fellows, but no, not for a while. American Pharoah's going to run in for the rest of the year. He's going to try to get to the breeders, and Zayat wants to do something to help the gather some more fandom in horse racing, and obviously bringing American Pharoah to the track is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good idea?
Well, I think it's a big heart, for Zayat, and it shows an element of sincerity in terms of his commitment to the sport. He's known the ups and downs, and he knows that the sport has finally been really kind to him. He sold the breeding rights, so he's already got the cushion in place. We don't know for how much, but of course it's insured. And regardless of what happens, he's going to do well in the long run.
Well, I read that it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 million. But they said that they did it like back in January. But it was a graduated thing where if he won the Belmont, it would be this. If he won the this, it would be that. And then, so everything. So, obviously everybody's going to make a lot of money from this horse. And this horse is going to live a very happy life. But the issue is, I don't know, I mean, you're talking about a cash cow here.
Well, it's not a cow, Disco.
A cash horse.
Well,
That's okay.
I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Pope of Greenwich Village, but Cousin Paulie in the movie says, horse racing's all about the genes. The horse has got nothing to do with it. So,
Yes, that is true.
I think that's a bit of an overstatement, but it's not too far from the truth.
Well, they were talking about how much money, so obviously they said a horse can breed, so to speak, 100 or so foals a year.
Oh, yeah?
My question is, do you
That's
only
100
get...
bullets in the
Well, I don't know. My
chamber,
question is, Jerry, if you do, and I know this sounds like a juvenile question.
Okay, here
But
we go.
I'm really interested. Is it how many times they get together, or is it how many horses they make? How many times they actually impregnate the mare?
You came to the right place. There's going to be some adult content in my comments, so I'm forewarned.
Okay, here we go.
The horses, probably the most popular breeder right now is a horse called Teppet.
Yes.
And he ran ninth in the 2004 Kentucky Derby.
He never won a race.
Yeah, exactly.
He never won a race.
The breeding rights start to get priced based upon how his offspring perform.
Right.
I see.
He now gets somewhere in the neighborhood of $300,000 a live foal, and the horses cover. He'll produce about 130 live foals this year at $300,000 a pop. He covers them twice. Horses cover mares about twice a day for a 6-month period. Then spend the next 6 months picking out smoking jackets for the next so he's going to make about $40 million in stud fees alone, Teppet will, this year.
Yeah.
Now, American Pharoah doesn't hope to price at $300,000 out of the gate. He's going to be about $100,000,
right,
and then watch how his offspring go. It can go either way. We've had big disappointments. Citation was a big bust. Secretariat was a very moderate winner.
Yes.
And we'll just have to see how it goes. But his offspring will dictate the future price, and of course the economy has something to do with it as well.
It's not per poke, right? It's production. It's how many.
Exactly.
It's how many pregnancies they create.
Success. It's based on an outcome. It's pay for performance.
No,
I guess is what it is.
I guess,
really.
right? Yeah.
You buy 2 covers per mare. That's what your price hits. And if you don't score, you've had an expensive date but took her home at and you're out.
I have to ask another question, okay? And maybe you know this because, after all, you are a medical doctor. Why can't they just kind of also just sell the horse's sperm separately? And make extra, like off the shelf at Walmart or something. I mean, couldn't they? Rather than
go into his stall, give him a magazine.
Magazine, that's right. But couldn't they do something along those lines? I mean, why is it? I mean, just asking.
Well, they flirted with that type of thing, and obviously that kind of fertility therapy is still in its infancy. you know how they've created clones and so forth. It's not in the industry of horse racing. It's much more of a real-time kind of event, and the outcome of that type of approach has never been pursued, to my knowledge.
I'm just wondering why they, you know, I mean, I don't think the horse cares either way.
No.
You know, but I was just wondering, and then, you know, you mentioned clones, and they've never done this yet. They've never tried cloning a Triple Crown winner.
Okay, well.
I don't know. I mean, the only thing so far that we've ever heard about was, what was it, Dolly the sheep? Was the only cloned animal, but they must be cloning things.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. The other interesting thing I think about this window was the fact that there are so many unclaimed tickets, I guess, really, right? A lot of people felt it was better to hold on to the ticket itself than to cash it in. Because I guess you cash it in, you don't get the ticket back, right?
No, you don't get the ticket back, right, Jerry? They take the ticket from you.
Well, Paul, did you check your mailbox recently?
I don't know if you're watching this live, but I am going to show, and I'm presenting Bruce with his ticket. Because my good friend Jerry Schwarzman, who sends me things in the mail all the time, I get a lot of great articles and stuff from you, bought us two a ticket. And I know you said that we should give this to our grandchildren. I'm not giving it to my grandchildren.
It's where. Oh, I see. It was bought at Joe's Bar. It looks like too. That's good.
Well, I think there's a hole in your wall in the living room that you may want to cover with that if you put it inside a frame. But yeah, that obviously has happened, and we all knew it was going to happen, and I wanted you guys to be part of it. But yeah, that's of course a part of the whole lore. And if we go as long as we did with the last Triple Crown winner, perhaps this will be something to remember. But you know, American Pharoah will not be as famous in the stud barn as he was on the track. But you know, you have to be a little closer to racing to watch these things. You know, the big names in the stud area. You know, there's a big bust I wanted to share with you all this morning. I don't know if you remember the horse Cigar, who won 16 in a row. His last win, in fact, was at Arlington Park in Chicago. We were there. And he went out to stud, sold for $25 million stud fees, and the horse came up infertile. And,
really? You'd think you would want to check that before you paid the money.
Well, they did, and it didn't seem like that was the case. They got an insurance policy for $25 million. The policy says that he has to cover 20 mares twice and get 60% of them knocked up, and he hit for the bagel. So they retired him. He went to Kentucky State Park in Kentucky and lived a less eventful life there.
Well, what happens to a horse that can't stud?
Well, you know, that's the notion. Hopefully, the humane aspect of the industry gets him into other kinds of things.
I see.
Well, that's what, you know, we have those horses in Central Park.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, Jerry, you know, I wanted to, you mentioned about the tickets. 96% of the $2 tickets that were bought at Belmont, the $2 win tickets were not cashed. That's $315,000 that goes back to New York State.
It's unclaimed. You know, we were talking about this before. What the accounting transaction might be for that, because I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. But the thing that came to mind is, you know, they're always writing stuff off.
Yeah.
This is a write-on. I think that's what this is, you know.
I didn't know if there was a write-on.
I don't know where they was either, you know.
But they know.
You figure that Belmont, I believe, is the only day that Belmont Park makes money.
It could be.
This obviously helps the cause.
You know,
the
tickets
days like this.
The tickets are on eBay for about, you can get them anywhere between $20 and $40. And they said there was a guy who bought 2,000 tickets, 2,000 $2 winning tickets at Belmont and didn't cash any of them. He's selling them on eBay. So you know what? So what that
Last year
cost
it
him?
was no strips. This
Right,
year it's
yeah.
winning tickets.
It's winning tickets. So I know I have my winning tickets. I am going to take this, and I'm not kidding about this, Jerry. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna get a nice picture of the horse winning at the Belmont Stakes, and I'm gonna put it in a nice frame and put it in my office.
I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to add the picture of you for buying this for me. Thank you so much.
Late at night when I'm leaving the tavern, I'm running around on all fours myself.
No, we're going to use the picture that we have right up there right now. It looks very respectable there, Jerry.
All right, Jerry,
well,
thanks a lot. It is greatly appreciated that you don't have to go undercover anymore.
Okay, I'm doing a program signing, incidentally, if anybody out there wants to.
You know, Jerry, they do say
what
even a
that's
broken
worth.
clock is right twice a day, but, you know.
All right, you guys, have a great
Thanks.
day.
All right.
Have a lot of good luck with that ticket, and have a lot of fun.
All right, Jerry, thank you. Thanks a lot, man.
Bye.
That is our
Take
good
care.
pal Jerry Schwarzman. from
Right, so
Chicago.
right after a short break, we'll get to our good buddy Pete Torgerson on the hotline, and we'll talk about the Stanley Cup Finals. Stick with us on Glory Days. We're coming right back.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural,
And organic.
but strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice, and we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Hey, this is Chris West Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
Welcome back to the Glory Days show with Bruce and Disco here on the Radio TV network. The Stanley Cup Finals are tied at 2 games apiece between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Tampa Bay Lightning, and after both teams won a game in each other's building, it comes down to a best-of-3 series. They're playing tonight. Throughout this grueling 6-week marathon for the right to hoist the cup, our hockey maven Pete has been with us every step of the way. Please welcome back to the show, Pete Torgerson. We should have some clapping going on. Pete, what's happening, man? How are you?
How we doing?
Good, good. I understand you phoned in from the hospital last week. Is that right?
Oh yeah, what a weekend!
Unbelievable. Well, you know, I'll tell you, you really are a trooper, man. You know, you really are.
Hey, the show must go on, boys.
I know Disco was showing me the text that you sent out, and it said that you were trying to skate things off. I mean, were you really skating, or is you were just, you know, is that just a hockey term?
No, I went out and skated. Not the best move I've ever made. So.
I see.
Well, yeah. Are you still? You know, hopefully you're out of the hospital now, right?
Yeah, I'm not 100%, but we're back at it. So.
All right.
You know, in the interest of HIPAA, we can't talk to you about what happened to you there, Pete. So we'll just move on to talking about the Stanley Cup. It's been a good series so far.
I mean, you're not changing your name to Caitlin, are you?
Thank God.
Sorry, I just had to do that. Go ahead. Let's talk about what really matters. The Stanley Cup Finals.
So, you know, I thought Tampa Bay's inexperience was going to come, you know, was just going to be too much of a gap for them to overcome. I thought that Chicago would in 5. You said it was Tampa in 7, and, you know, I'm out. I mean, Game 5 is tonight, and nobody's winning the Cup tonight.
Yeah, you know what? I thought just Chicago's experience will keep them in there as long as they can go. As I said last week, Tampa's not going to bend. You know, they won Game 5 and Game 7 in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
One of the toughest places to play. And Chicago's down to 4 defensemen. And they're just pounding. If they keep pounding them, I think they're going to wear them down, and they'll be able to you know, take it in 7.
Yeah, but on the other side, we got Tampa Bay with this goalie situation very tenuous, wouldn't you say? I mean, it's kind of both teams have an obvious exposure here, you know?
Right.
No question, but this Russian kid's no slouch.
Yeah.
He's going to be a tremendous NHL player for a lot of years. You know, what he let in 2 goals the other night in Chicago. He made some big saves. You know, is he going to be nervous? Yeah, but
yeah,
I thought he played great.
Vasilevsky.
So the game, I guess these last 3 games are going to be on NBC. You know, I guess some of the other games were on CNBC or NBC Sports, I guess, right? You know, and I'm looking at this, and you know, I don't know what the ratings are, but you know, the basketball finals they have on channels. Every game's been on Channel 7.
Right.
I think they're at the 20 million viewers. You know, so.
Well, I don't understand why. You know what NBC has got on that they. I mean, it's the middle of the summer. All your major network.
I mean, the last
series
3
are wrapped
games, but I
up
mean, I understand why the first 4 weren't that way. You know.
Hockey still just has a cult following, basically. Kind of, you know, NASCAR kills hockey. I think soccer is not far off, which makes me want to jump off a bridge. But that's
it does.
You mean you didn't watch the women's 0-0 draw with Finland?
Oh, geez,
I thought it was Sweden.
Sweden.
Okay.
Well, they were all blonde.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
but,
that's a sexist thing to
This
say.
series has been great as far as up and down. I don't know if you guys saw the last 2 minutes of the game the other night.
Yeah.
That's as good as it gets. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's the first time since 1968 that the first 4 games of the Stanley Cup Final have been decided by 1 goal.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm reading some of the comments, and they're saying, well, it's good that it's just fast hockey. There's not a lot of goon stuff going on. But I think there's enough stuff. I mean, you know, tell you what, you better be skating with your head up because, you know, Chicago uses every chance they have. Like, what was it? Boom.
Right. They're giving it. They're giving each other the business.
That's right. They are. They are.
And you don't want to get hit by Hedberg.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know,
what would have happened in that draft if the Islanders took Hedberg and the Tampa got Tavares?
I know. We were talking about that the other day off camera. That's a good question.
Yeah.
So what is wrong with Ben Bishop? I mean, I know that the NHL has this bizarre thing. You know, I was talking to Kevin about it this morning, and I said, you know, what does that say about the NHL players that the other team is afraid to tell you exactly what the injury is because they know that NHL players will exploit it and try to hurt the guy?
But that's not the truth. The truth is, it's all part of HIPAA. Can't let you know what's happening.
NHL is the only league that's HIPAA compliant.
That's personal health information, man. You can't give that stuff away, you know.
Well, Belichick started that with the lower body.
Yep.
So.
So I don't know. I mean, you know,
some people said he had diarrhea the other
right,
day.
exactly. That's what I read. I read that they said that he had diarrhea, so he went out. And I was just thinking about the logistics of that with goalie pads on.
Yeah, that might take a few minutes.
You know, because you can't just drop your hockey pants and go. You have to take the pads off first in order to get the pants off.
He's got he's got some type of injury, like a leg or a.
Yeah. He can't move to the left, it looks like. I mean, and you know, actually, you know, even during the game, Pierre McGuire was asking the coach at Cooper about it, you know, because what are you talking about? He's just a big guy. It takes him longer to get up. I mean, it was ridiculous. It really was.
Yeah. All these goalies are going to be crippled by the time they're 50 because your body's not meant to be in that sort of sideways butterfly position that they all play in now. How they put their legs, you know, parallel to the ice. Your body's not made to do that. I know the Dallas Stars have some surgeon, a hip specialist, and like 6 of their guys had hip surgery this off season because of these problems with the hips now. So
it's like Tommy John surgery for pitches. You know, exactly what it is.
Hey, so you think that Tampa can still win this series without Bishop? Let's assume he's out for the rest of the series.
Yeah, and they don't know. I mean, I guess the morning skate will know if he's playing tonight or not.
I mean, this guy won 53 games for them, Bishop.
Yeah. He's the real deal, you know, and he's been the difference maker in the early series. But I'm confident with this kid. You know, I went with Tampa out of the gate, and I'm gonna stick
You did,
with
Pete.
change horses now.
You did. I'm going to change my prediction from Chicago in 5 to Chicago in 7.
You can't do that, can you?
Well, listen, I'm going to change it right now for Bruce. I want you to know that I'm still on pace to win because Chicago's going to win tonight, and then they're going to wrap it up in Chicago.
Game 6 is Monday in Chicago, and Game 7 is Wednesday in Tampa Bay.
Let me ask you about that. If Chicago wins tonight, does Tampa Bay come back and win the series?
Yep.
Pete's saying?
Yep.
Still saying yeah.
There we go.
They won 2 games in Madison Square Garden with their backs against the wall.
If you are anything, you are loyal, my friend.
There you go.
You have your convictions and you stick to them.
Unlike me.
Your son's boy Druin, I think he saw the last of his playoffs the other day.
From last night? I mean, from the other day?
Yeah, he doesn't like to come back as much as is needed. So.
And we found out who the mystery guest was that was asking that question.
Yeah,
it was Bisco's son.
There you go.
But,
I think Tampa's playing great. You're losing. It can go either way, but I like the way they're playing. Again, Chicago is so. Tays is such a great captain. You know, Sharp's playing well. They're solid, but I think the 4 defensemen is going to catch up to them. You can't play that many minutes. You know, what did they have? A triple overtime game, a double overtime game earlier round.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. Your body just can't take that pounding.
But you've got only you know that you're 2 wins away.
I know, but it's just the hockey gods put it in their hands. I think it's a lot to ask of these guys. Four defensemen, Van Riesbeek, whatever his name is, and the other guy, they played like 4 and 5 minutes each the other night. 5 and 6 minutes. You can't.
Yeah, so the other guys are logging some heavy minutes for sure.
The other guys are playing 22, 24 minutes. Oduya was playing the other night with one hand. He told him to stick with one hand. He couldn't even grip his stick. You know, that injury doesn't go away.
I think that's the best name of any player that's in the finals here.
Oduya?
Johnny Oduya. I mean, that's a great name. It really is like Boogaboom or something, man. You know?
Boogaboom, that was a good one. That's right.
Yeah, his hand's probably broken. He'll probably be getting surgery next week for crying out loud. And so now you're down to like 3.5 defensemen. I think Tampa's just going to take advantage of it. Just dump it in deep, pound them. Every time somebody in a Blackhawk uniform, a defenseman gets the puck, hit him, get a piece of him. On the way to the bench, step in front of him. Just pound these guys and wear them down.
I think
that's the key to winning.
Pete, you should be a coach, I think.
You should be.
I'm going to call Cooper. Believe me, they're saying the same thing, guys.
All righty, man. All right. Well, we'll know on Saturday when we talk again.
All right.
All right, boys.
Thanks, Pete.
You want me to ask the Stone?
No, don't ask the Stone.
Well, we have to just ask
It
him.
might take 5 minutes. We're already a minute over. Okay?
Sammy Stone,
That's right.
tell me the future.
Okay, ask me.
Will the Tampa Bay Lightning win the Stanley Cup?
That ain't gonna happen.
Ooh, okay.
You know why I love this guy?
Because he's always wrong.
He's
All
Right now and talk to him.
right. All right, we're going to take another break here. Pete, thanks, and we'll talk to you next week. We'll see how this winds up. It's been a great, exciting series so far.
Yeah.
When we get back, we'll hear a few stories in our Did You Hear Back segment, including an NBC executive who thinks the NHL players shouldn't have their beards for the camera. A pitcher who's on the cusp of Major League history with a tale of a milestone home run that came back with a ransom note. Stay with us. You're watching the Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco, only on the InRavio TV network. Coming right back.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit hansoncarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Hey, this is Chris Les Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
Welcome back to the Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco here on the InRavio TV network. If you are a sports fan, you know you can always tune to ESPN or SNY to get the everyday sports things and whatever happens to be going on. But one thing we pride ourselves here in the Glory Days is providing you with information just like that you may not have heard anywhere else. We call this segment, Did You Hear About? The NBC Sports chairman Mark Lazarus wants the NHL players to shave their beards because he'd like them to become pretty boys. Speaking to a reporter in Chicago at the Stanley Cup Finals on Monday, the beardless Lazarus said, "The players won't like this, but I wish they would stop growing their beards in the postseason. Let's get their faces out there."
I see.
Lazarus believes that playoff beards, which were traced back to the Islanders' Stanley Cup run in the 80s, hurt player recognition, and he has brought his concerns to the NHL officials, the Players Association, and the players themselves. He says, "I know it's a tradition and a superstition, but I think the beards hurt recognition." Okay?
I see somehow you managed to get the Islanders in on
Yeah,
that
I like
graphic
getting the
now.
Islanders in
How
on
did
the
that happen, I wonder? Okay.
Well, because he actually, I think that's where it started. Lazarus was concerned that the most watched games of the season, that these are the most watched games of the season, and that the players were, in his words, bearded up.
Bearded up, okay.
He would like the players to clean up their act and become, well, more presentable. Okay. Let's talk about how young and attractive they are, he said. What model citizens they are. Okay.
That's a toothy grin.
Hockey players are truly one of a kind among professional athletes.
Well, that is the truth.
Really?
Yeah.
But Lazarus may have the point. After all, the current players are much more appealing.
Yeah, well,
They have a great opportunity with more endorsements or simply better recognition with the fans. That guy looks like the kid next door, he says, which many of these guys do. If that guy looks like the kid next door, that guy looks like one of the escaped convicts.
If that's the guy next door, I'm moving.
And then, of course, the internet is a wonderful tool, and we at the Gory Day Show have found this picture of Lazarus. I think that would be a nice thing, says the bearded, hypocritical NBC Sports chairman.
But that's a terrible beard. Not everybody has a good beard.
No,
okay?
that is true.
You know.
Well, you know, it started with the Islanders of the 80s. They were the first team
when I
to start doing
saw that in the copy, I said, this guy, you always find a way to get the Islanders in, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, you know, but I'll tell you what, I was doing my own independent research, and I came across a link to Wikipedia, and that's exactly what it said.
Really?
It was tied back to the early 80s Islanders, you know.
Well, you know that if it's on the internet,
it's got to be right.
All right, what's the next story?
Yeah, the next story. Okay, in his last 4 starts, Chicago White Sox pitcher Chris Sale has caused opposing batters to swing and miss at least 20 times in each game, tying a major league record. Sale caused opposing pitchers to whiff more times in the last 4 games, 97, than 473 other pitchers have had all year. On Monday against the Astros, who lead the league in strikeouts with 545, Sale had a league-high 26 swings and misses. Only one player in the Astros lineup failed to swing and miss at one of Sale's pitches, 20-year-old rookie shortstop Carlos Carrera, who was making his major league debut. Sale is only the second pitcher since 1900 to strike out 12 or more in 3 consecutive games after fanning 14 Astros and allow no more than 1 run in each game. Sandy Koufax did that in 1965. No one has had consecutive games with 20-plus swings and misses in the last eight seasons, and only 2 pitchers did it in 2007, Johan Santana and Javi Lopez. Javi, I like that. No one else had 20-plus swings and misses in 4 straight games since 2002, when Randy Johnson, the big unit, accomplished it. No pitcher has ever done 5 in a row. Sale has 6 this year, though.
You know, last night I was trying to think about the statistics that they have in baseball, and
yeah, there's way too many of them.
I mean, you're calculating swings and a miss, but you know what I said? I thought about it and I said, gee, you know, 20 doesn't seem like a lot in a game, but you know, there are a lot of last night during the Met game.
Yeah,
I tried to count complete swings and misses, and in the last 3 innings, there were only 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
And between both teams.
Swings and misses. Okay.
Complete swings and misses. Because a lot of time you see the umpire go like this, indicating that it was a foul tip.
Or else they're calling it.
I mean, obviously, every ball that gets put into play.
Yeah.
You know. And you think about it, you know.
I'd like to know how many swings and misses the Mets had in that no-hitter, because the last 3 guys went out all looking, right?
They all went out looking.
Yeah, they weren't even swinging,
you know. So I guess, you know, it's actually something that I'm going to be looking for in the future, but I just can't believe some of the statistics.
Yeah, they're really esoteric. That's not even the right word, you know. Dumb, I don't know, you know.
Dumb. Well, they have a word for it. It's called sabermetrics.
Yeah, okay.
That's what they call these type of statistics. All right. How are we doing on time?
All right, we got the thumbs up there. Okay, we're going another hour. No.
So another hour. All right. When Indians slugger Brandon Moss hit his, Kansas City slugger Brandon Moss hit his 100th career home run versus the Indians last week in Kansas City, the ball landed in the visitor bullpen. After the game, Moss received an itemized list scribbled on a sheet of paper from the Cleveland Indians, who were in the bullpen at the time. So the Indians tweeted out this image of the ransom note, which listed each player in the bullpen and what they demanded: iPhones, iPads, even the new Apple Watch. And one pitcher, Mark Zachimsky, in addition to his Apple Watch, demanded a 50-gallon drum of lube.
Yeah.
And at the bottom of the ransom note were these demands: You get the ball when we get these items. So, of course, after the game, Moss said that they could keep the ball because what they were asking for was over $10,000 worth of Apple merchandise. He lamented that he had wished a fan had caught the ball. But coming to the rescue was Apple's CEO Tim Cook. And on Monday, Cook, who was speaking at Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference in San Francisco, said the company would help Moss and pay for the trendy gadgets. Right? And he said it's a shopping list for the Apple Store. Brandon would have to have raided an Apple store to get that ball back. That didn't seem quite right to us. And so what we're going to do, we're going to pay the ransom. That's what he said. So it's not yet known if the pitcher and the bullpen catchers will get their gifts. It's also not known if Apple is going to come through with the 50-gallon drum of lube.
Yeah, and it was very unspecific about lube. What kind of lube are we talking about here?
There are many different types of lube.
I know.
Do you?
I've heard, I've read.
I didn't know that they come in 50-gallon sizes, though. 50-gallon drum sizes.
I don't know. It seemed as much as it was Apple came to the rescue, it was an Apple commercial. I think.
I think they saw an opportunity to. And for a lousy $10,000 worth of stuff, they got tremendous publicity.
I had read that one of the comments that Morse made is that some of that stuff is 3 or 4 years old. He says, "You guys don't have that stuff. You guys are Major League ball players and making a lot of money. You don't have that stuff already.
That is true. Could you imagine the guy asking for an iPad?
Hey, these guys could have got a lot more creative, I think. Not that the only thing that wasn't an Apple product was the lube there. But they could have been other things these guys could have asked.
We don't know that. You haven't heard of iLube?
E-lube? I don't know.
I don't know. I give up.
All right, yeah.
Well, we are almost out of time here at the Glory Day Show. We're going to take a break, then we'll wrap up for the weekend. Stay with us. You're watching the Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco, only on the Enravio TV network. We're coming right back.
For over 60 years, Hansen Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hansen Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansenCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hansen Carpet has got you covered. The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, Enravio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is Enravio.com.
Welcome back to the Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco here on the Enravio TV network. So, what did we learn today?
I was taking notes. I learned quite a bit today.
What did you learn today?
I learned we created a new accounting term. It's called the right on.
The right on.
The opposite of the right off.
Is that like right on? Or?
Well, I was thinking, I'm not sure that's really technically an opposite. The off and the on definitely are, okay? But maybe it should be left off, I don't know, or left on, instead of right on. But it's not right. Well,
we need an accountant to find out what that's called.
I also learned that Pete's a real trooper, and when he gets, when he's in a lot of pain, he goes out for a skate. Is what he does,
I learned a couple of things from Jerry.
Yeah.
Which I always learn from Jerry every time we have him on the show. I found out that horses don't get paid by the poke.
Yeah. It's pay for performance, just like the Medicare program.
Just like the Medicare program. Well, the thing is that those horses can, they do that for 2 or 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
With the mare.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they care about what the mare looks like.
Well, I was going to say, we didn't talk about that with him, but I was wondering how many of these horses are really hung like horses. I hope all of them.
It's like it's almost like the horses have become gigolos.
Yeah, okay.
Isn't that what a gigolo gets paid for?
Well, I think about that movie American Gigolo with Richard Gere.
Richard Gere, that's right.
Certainly what he was doing.
Well, listen,
he was diddling the maid.
American Pharaoh becomes American Gigolo.
AKA, okay, that's a good one.
The Studley American Pharaoh. But then again, we won't know. I mean, if you had that horse, okay, would you take a chance on racing that horse? Do you know during the Belmont, I forgot to bring this up when Jerry was here, but during the Belmont, during one of the earlier races, one of the horses broke his leg and had to be euthanized.
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think I would take any undue risks with that horse.
You would think, we don't know.
But as Jerry said, it's good for the sport though to parade the Triple Crown winner around there.
I also learned that pitchers, especially relief pitchers, seem to love lube.
Yeah.
And that you know more about lube than you're letting on.
No comment. No comment.
I'd like to see what's in your garage.
No, you wouldn't. And we also learned that Terry Collins did not fall off the pumpkin truck. Which I was always wondering about that. I really was. So I'm glad he clarified that for the world.
So I don't know. Hey, what do we got? How much we got? We got 2 minutes left. All right. Mariano Rivera's son.
Yes.
Got drafted. Mariano Rivera Jr. Do you know who didn't draft him?
The Yankees.
The Yankees drafted him last year, and he decided instead to go back to college. So this year he got drafted by the Washington Nationals.
Is he a good pitcher? Like his dad? Who knows?
He he throws 97.
Why don't they put Mariano Rivera out for stud?
Apparently they did. And the Washington Nationals have his breeding rights.
And we're talking about pay for performance again here, man. Okay.
You know who else they drafted?
Who?
Cal Ripken Jr.'s son.
Really?
So I think the Washington Nationals are buying up Major League Baseball breeding rights.
I think so. I think we need to launch an investigation,
Alrighty. Thanks to our producer, Bonnie Schultz, who was flying solo today.
Did a great job. She actually even got me to look at the right camera at one point in time.
Well, Kyle Melnick, he's down in Florida. He's
at the Rolling
Stones.
The Rolling Stones.
Thanks to our guests today, Pete Torgerson and Jerry Schwarzman, for helping us out. And thanks again, Chuck and Bonnie, for putting up with this nonsense week after week. And of course, thanks to you, our loyal viewers. Are they viewers or listeners? I guess they're viewers.
Yes, well, they're watching us. Except, I guess your son said last week that he was actually listening to the show because he wasn't near near the monitor.
Maybe we should be on a podcast.
I don't know.
Don't forget, check out the Glory Days on-demand page on www.inradio.com, and you can watch any of our past shows or any of the other great shows on the inradio.com TV network. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe, and we will see you next time. Peace out.
Peace out.